Okay, I just bought this FM Systems rack off of eBay, and the buyer has been giving me a hard time about leaving feedback, and I haven't had a chance to go over everything. I'll get a little better shot of it right there. Hadn't had a chance to go over everything, so gave me an email yesterday or today again about leaving feedback, and I thought, well, hey, you know, let's since he can't respect the fact that I asked him to drop the issue until I test it, no problem, let's go ahead and test it now. The description of the item is that this was a demo unit and it was briefly used. Briefly used. So briefly used, it's 2014. So briefly used, maybe, hey, maybe 2010. Maybe used as a demo item, something along those lines. Okay, well, let's see if we can find any date codes on any of the circuit boards or anything. Not a problem. Let's take a look. Let's take a closer gander at this lovely item that was so briefly used. Okay, we're gonna do a shot from far back, and then I'll do one close up when we actually look at the board. But just to make clear on what we got going on here, I've got my ESD strap, and it's tied into, give me 1 second, mains ground, which is into my power supply. I'm gonna scoot this back over here, which, by the way, this mat right here is an ESD mat, so we don't pull this out and possibly damage anything. So I'm just gonna unscrew the screw from the front. I have my ESD on. Of course, you can't see it up there. You can only see it right there. So I got my strap on, and let's just take it out and see what we got. Well, let's pull this right out. And this is just happens to be the first card that that I pulled out. So let's see what we got. All right. Scoot all this junk out of the way. All right, let's set it right here. Now I'll get a close-up of it so we can take a look at a couple. Let's see what we got. Okay, so now again, ESD mat, ESD strap. Let's see what we got. All right, so these chips happen to be upside down, but let's first take a look and see if we see any date code of this item that was briefly used. Let's see. What's that look like right there? That look like let's see, 3204 on that sucker right there. I think it does. Can you see that on the camera? Get it in the light. Right there about the middle of the camera. You see a little 3204, you see that? Now what does it have on that circuit board right there? 2003. So the design was sometime in 2003, and the manufacturing date was most likely 32nd week of 2004. Briefly used. 10 years later, briefly used. Okay, well, you know, benefit of the doubt. Everything looks intact. Let's take a look at the components. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what those components say. Let's just pick out one of these chips. Maybe this one right there. Can we get that focused in on that? Come on, get that critter. Get it. Get it. Drop it back down just a little bit. That looks like it's in focus, possibly. So what that says on this one at random is it has 0031. And if you're doing the math at home, That means 31st week of 2000. I hope these components have a longer than 14-year lifespan. All right, so this was just one example. Let's see if there's anything inside that we need to be concerned with. Okay, let's check it out. I'm gonna go ahead and take my ESD strap off. Ooh, I see something that I've saw before. So first off, that happens to be the same slot that I pulled that card out of. Anybody want to take a guess at what that is down there? Yeah, you guessed it. Those are little 22 gauge wire trimmings that got stuck to the sticker back there. Huh, you think those would short something out if they ever fell out? I don't know. Alright, now let's keep on taking a look. Anything else in there? Ooh, what's that down in there? Is that a cobweb? Oh man, what was this thing briefly used on the fucking Titanic? All this shit's fucking bullshit, and you want to leave me to fucking leave feedback? You fucking jerk off. Alright, I got a bunch of feedback I'm about to leave.